You are now tuned in to the Premier Hotspur TV. Sit back, get involved, comment away, because we are live.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Premier Hotspur TV. Yes guys, we are back again. Me and Matt, we have been off for a while, but tonight guys, we're back again with this Back Again show. With my co-host Matt. How's it going, pal?
Oh, yeah, no, good. Really looking forward to tonight's show. Hope everyone's, really well. Good to see you too, Simon. And yeah, we've got a lot of catching up to do. I think little old. I think stuff has happened behind the scenes while we've been away.
Yeah, as I said, when I've been very busy, I've been concentrating on no Twitter, no Instagram, nothing like that. In the background, I've been just seeing what's going on at Tottenham. But we'll get into it before we get into the main topics. Guys, thanks for everyone so far has subscribed to the channel. Absolutely fantastic. Knowing that we have been away for a while, we are going to hope in, at least at the minute, me and Matt bring one a week at the minute, and then we'll ramp it up. Because we are both busy, so it depends on what time we can get. So thanks for everyone's support while we've been away as well. You know what I mean, we've lost a couple of sides, but I understand. But yes, guys. But if you are new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, guys. Smash the like, comment away in there, guys. And we have got a few comments from earlier. Who's left? We've got Jake, the Liverpool fan, the Giro back. Yes, Jake. Thanks for coming in, pal. We've got the kid left it as well. Yes. And we got Bob. And we got Bob's Bird TV. He's in the house. Absolutely amazing seeing these two lads back. They gave me my first appearance as a guest starter starting my channel. Always feel like the channel is my second home. Big up, boys. Thank you very much, Bobby.
Cheers, Bob. Hope you're doing well, mate.
Bob's Bird TV, guys. And there's Bob again. Nice haircut, Matt.
Cheers, Bob.
And we got Paul. Paul, he's back.
Yes.
Welcome back, Simon, Matt. How's it going, Paul? Gutted I couldn't. You was only down for literally a night, I think, in Blackpool, and you had to go home the next day. I was gutted, but next time, pal. And we have got Facts and Stats. He's back in. Thanks for tuning in, pal. Absolutely. Great to see you both back on the YouTube. We've missed you both. Yes, thank you very much, guys. Yes, as I said, this is the next question. I'll get straight into the where it is. The first question is, where have we been? Matt, you can take it away. Where have you been?
I think it's just since obviously I started coming on the channel during, obviously, I suppose the second or third lockdown. I mean, we've had so many lockdowns, I can't even remember. But obviously, I had to go back to work. We still did a few bits, and then it just got a bit manic. I've had lots of people. I've had to PT and teach. If you don't know, I work in a gym. And it's just been loads of shifts, like late nights, early mornings. It's just been pretty chaotic to try and. So I just think I've had to take a bit of time away, just and sort of reset. And Spurs definitely weren't helping our moves. It was a tough last couple of probably end to the couple of months of the season, and we always do our best to be as positive as we can. But I think I don't know if Simon needed the reset, but I feel like I did, and I feel refreshed, and I'm ready for the new season and ready to speak to you guys more, and hopefully balance everything with work and all that, and churn out a few shows a week at least, or at least one to start with.
Yeah, absolutely, Matt. That's what I echo what Matt was saying there. He's been really busy at work, as he said, late nights, early mornings, exact same as me. And when you're doing, obviously I'm a taxi driver, and I've been going out there absolutely early mornings to late nights, and absolutely just been so busy, really busy, guys. But we need that time away. Not about refreshed, Matt. I don't feel refreshed because obviously you're doing all this work, and you just need a complete breakaway from
Yeah,
everything. Really.
holiday
But
would be
we literally
nice, but that's not going to happen.
definitely. But yeah, we have missed everyone. We have missed doing this, obviously, and that's where we've been. That's where we've been so busy behind the scenes, guys. And literally, this show, we just it was a couple of days ago. We had a little talk behind the scenes, and we just threw it together, and we literally decided what we're going to call the show. This one, we just literally just took us like that, and I've just been working behind the scenes and trying to do it. And that's where we've been, guys. We've really been really busy. So I hope everyone can understand where we've been, because everyone's busy. I mean, everyone's busy in life. It's not can't do this all the time. But hopefully now we can at least do one a week, as Matt said, just for the time being. And we've got Paul Reed. Yes, Paul. Thanks for coming in, Pearl. Yes, so guys. Yeah, we've got Wayne Bonner. Fellas, good to see you back. I was wondering where you were. Thank you very much, Wayne. Yeah, we just wasn't a breakaway. Just guys, we're just busy with work, and obviously this don't pay bills. This don't pay for doing things with the kids and things like that. So, I mean, so work comes first. I mean, that's the number one priority, wherever the money is. And the kid says, "Hi guys, yes, pal. How's it going, Daniel? And your channel, get over to Daniel as well. He's doing fantastic in his own channel as well. Keep going, pal. We've got Wayne. Hey, the kid and Bob Spur TV. Yes, they're both in the house. What's a holiday? Yeah, exactly, Wayne. What's a holiday? At the moment, they're restricting everywhere. I can see at the minute there's places that you still can't go to on Ambers and still got isolated if you come back, if you had second jabs and things like that. You might as well just stay at home, and it might as well stay here for holidays.
Yeah.
And Jake said, "Yes, lad. Yes, Jake. Thanks for coming in, pal."
Yes, Jake.
And we got the kid says, Wayne Bonner, hi, and thoughts on Nuno. Yes, we're gonna plug into it. We are gonna. Thanks, lads. Yes, we are gonna plug into it. Because that's our first one, guys. And the question is he the right man? This man on screen now, guys. Nuno Espirito Santo. Is he the right man for the job? Matt, to me, to be honest, I said I haven't been really following it for the last month or two, how long we've been away for. But when I heard the news when it was Nuno, you know my feelings beforehand, mate.
I do, yeah.
It's not that I'm not saying he's not a great manager. He's done great at Wolves, things like that. It just seems like he's Jose's son. That's how I see it. It's a number two to Jose. But let's hope he proves me wrong. So I'm on the fence. I to bits with him. I'm on the fence with Nuno at the minute. I'm gonna give him time. I'll back the team. I'll back the club. But at the minute, I'm a bit itchy. I'm a bit sketchy with Nuno at the minute because in his interview today, it sounds like it's the same interview what every new manager what comes to the Spurs about. I don't know how we can improve this squad of good quality we've got. Now this is telling me, Matt. I don't know how you think, and you guys in the chat, it's telling me that Nuno won't have much money to spend. I think that's what he's trying to get out here. He's trying to work with the best he's got. And is it true with the rumours that he's going to give Winks another chance? That's on Eurosport at the minute. I'm not too sure if it's concrete. We'll have to wait and see. But these are sort of players. Well, we'll get into that anyway. But Matt, what's your feelings on Nuno Espirito Santo as a new head coach at Tottenham?
I think, obviously, going from the likes of Conte, we thought we pretty much nearly had tied up. I suppose any manager from that level, it was going to be sort of a bit disappointment. I think with the options that were left, likes of Gattuso, Fonseca, never heard of half those managers. At least Nuno knows the Premier League, knows what it. He hasn't got a bad record against some of the sort of top sides. I think Wolves were battered by injuries last season. and he had to go from his back three, which he very much loves to play, to a flat back four. And then your team has to adjust, and you haven't got the right players. He lost his star striker. I think time will tell, to be honest. I don't think anyone can answer, is he the right man for Spurs, until we get going. And at least maybe in a few months, we'll, find out. He hasn't got an easy start, to be fair. Manchester City, first game. But you never know, could be a full stadium, probably will be a full stadium against Man City. And, I think go there, give it, whoever's going, give it a, really good atmosphere and try and get the boys over the line, because it'll be a great start for him. And for certain Spurs other fans to get behind him. I'll back him. He's our manager. I think for me, I'm just glad it's done, to be honest. It was just becoming a bit of a joke, really, trying to get a manager. So, yeah, they got him in just before pre-season. From what I've seen, the players seem to like him, but they always seem to like a new manager. And then after a couple of months or a year, they tend to throw him under the bus. So, like I said, until probably we'll get rid of some deadwood, I don't know if it will necessarily change, but we'll see. Like I say, I'll back him, and he can play good football. We've seen it, and Wolves have beaten us a few times, over the last couple of seasons. So I don't think he's a bad manager. I just don't think he's going from Conte. Like I said, it was always going to be a downgrade for me.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. As I said, this is why I'm a bit sceptic with the appointment of Nuno. It just tells me he wasn't number one. Not number one choice. We've gone through we had people like Paulo Fonseca in front of Nuno, people like Gattuso, if it was true, in front of Nuno. You know what I mean? Surely Nuno is better than them two. I'm hands down. He's definitely 100%. Where he's taken Wolves, he's definitely a better head coach than them two. But it's with the Conte, and when we all got hyped about it, even like the tier one guys who get all these stories. And they were so constant. They said, bar from a disaster, this deal is done. Even and we was getting all excited, and what an appointment that would have been. And then collapsed. Then went from Fonseca, then went to Gattuso, and then we went, where are we going to go from here? Then it was like rumours of Gerrard, and it looked like Eddie Howe at one point, Graham Potter's. Yeah. Now I'm going, we're going backwards here. Seriously, this is we're going to go backwards with these sort of appointments. But then Nuno come out straight out of the blue. He was linked with Palace. It didn't it went too good there, and Tottenham looks like stole the march. But I think I'm going to give him a chance. I really am. I'm going to give him a chance. Back the team, but we need to get rid of. We need to get rid of some of these deadwood. I'm surprised at the minute the club hasn't got rid of some of these deadwood. The deadwood at the club, there's a lot of them that need shifting. Absolutely. But I'm surprised. Do you know what I'm hearing? That it looks like he wants to go two up front, Matt. Yeah. It looks like he wants to have a partner for Harry Kane.
Yep.
How do you feel about that? And you guys in the chat, before we go to you, Matt, there was some comments here. We'll catch up with them. We've got Paul saying, we understand, mate. We all have our own lives and family. We'll be before anything else. Absolutely, Matt. Paul, thank you very much. Wayne said, you kid, love your video with Matt Hayes. Absolutely brilliant. Kelvin, yes, Kelvin. Thanks for coming in, pal. How's everybody doing? I'm looking forward to seeing you. We're all good, Kelv. I hope you're doing well, pal. Did kid says Wayne Boller, thanks for watching. Wayne says, I'm happy with Nuno. He's a good manager. He's going to be a surprise to a lot of people. Yes, Wayne, I'm not saying he's not a bad manager. I'm not saying he's rubbish. I'm not saying he's no good for Tottenham. It's just when you've got Conte, when you've had Conte, you know what I mean, and we end up with Nuno, you know what I mean. Time will tell, Wayne. I'm open. Do you know what? I want him to prove me wrong, and I want to say, right, we have got a real manager. I'm just worried that halfway through the season, it's not going right. You know what I mean? And they'll look at it, go, get rid of him again. You know what I mean? Let's bring another one, and just hope it's not. I hope it's not like that at the minute. But I'll see how he goes. Paul says, I'm with you, Si. I'm on the fence, but I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's see if Levy gets a checkbook out and buys some quality players and get rid of Deadwood. Absolutely, Paul. Absolutely. You could say, will the fan shows be back next season? Obviously, yes, absolutely, mate. I'll get what you're saying, Si. Thank you very much, Daniel. Yes, Matt. So guys in the chat and to Matt as well. What I understand and what's coming out in a minute that he's going to want to play two up top, Matt. And is that going to surprise people? Because really, that sort of formation's gone out the window for years, isn't it? It's normally just one up top, and there's John Burt. Yes, John. Thanks for tuning in, pal. Are you surprised with that, Matt? Sounds like he's going to go two up top. He's looking for a partner for Harry Kane, and it's looking like someone like Danny Ings or someone like that. Would that surprise you for going two up top for the start of the season?
I think it was a bit of a surprise. I think when he was coach at Valencia, he played a 4-4-2 and they got fourth that season. So he has done it before. Wolves have played two up front before when they had Jota and Jimenez. It could be a 3-5-2 or it could be a 4-4-2. Kind of depends what he wants to play. If he wants the wing backs, he'll probably go 3-5-2. Or he could play, a flat 4-4-2 or maybe like a variation of it. I think it'd be good to see, to be honest. It would free up Kane, the likes of Son, other attacking players. We've got.
Looks like Matt. Looks like it's going to be like a basic. It's going to be like a 4-4-2. The way I saw it planned out, the formation he's looking to input for next season, and wow, and will Doherty fit in that? Would Doherty fit in that?
Matt? That's just why I think he may go for.
I've seen him in training. He's working very hard and he's looking very sharp. And if anyone's going to get the best out of him, it's got to be Nuno, is it? He's had him at Wolves. Yeah.
Doherty's interview was really good, a week ago or 2 weeks ago, during they sat him down and, he admitted he wasn't, I don't think he was ever fully fit, really. And then he got COVID. People have had that and, you just don't know what you're going to be like. Everyone's different and everyone reacts differently. So that would have affected him. He was asked to play right back when he's a right wing back. I think it could be a 3-5-2 personally, but he might change it. He might have 3 or 4 different formations.
Maybe as well, Matt. I'm sorry to. Maybe as well. You'll probably go. Depends on what opposition he's going to play against as well.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what could be as well. That could be the key. He's probably looking at it saying, right, for this one we may have to switch our formation. So he looks like he's good at switching that up. And what Josie struggled with it. Josie really, really struggled with getting. He stuck with the same old formation all the time. He didn't have that another thought. If he had to mix it up. So yeah, I'm very looking forward to it actually.
Yeah.
And we've got Wayne says the only thing is Nuno stint is as gaffer is leaving, and that's the worry. Wayne, it really is the worry, mate. The way in the conference today, his first press conference. The way he come across, it's like a broken record. It sounds like they're just taped off our old managers when they first come to the club. How do we improve on the quality we've got and things like that? Come on, really, Matt, and you guys in the chat, come on. I know we have got some quality, but come on, this squad needs quality to be added and somebody's deadwood to go.
Yeah.
It just sounds like to me that Nuno's not going to get the right money, and it's like he's going to be on a tight budget again. Okay, because we haven't finished the Champions League, or we haven't finished in that. We're in this Conference League. Do you know what I mean? So we're going to have to bring and bear a bit, Matt. That's what it sounds. That's what it's coming across as. And Bob says all we can do right now is, regardless of who we should have or could have got, is support Nuno. We're all hoping to be pleasantly surprised. Yes, Bob's. That's what me and Matt were saying. Matt's giving him more than what I'm giving. I'll be honest to people. I mean, I want him to surprise me. I want him to prove me wrong. That yes, he is the right man for this job. And to me, I'm on the fence at the minute. I always back the team. Always back the club. I mean, and I just hope Nuno does get it right. And I just hope Levy does. The club supports him as well. And this is the biggest thing that managers haven't had. over the years. And Wayne says, I like the two up top, always have take the pressure off Kane, and the way he plays now, a second striker is good. Depends on who the other strikers are. Absolutely. Danny Ings, not too keen. I know Matt, he's a bit of a fan on Danny Ings. Won't be a bad choice, but I think there's one or two who we can probably get over Danny Ings. But for saying who knows the Premier League, he knows the Premier League, he knows the pace of the league. It's his injury worries that concern me with Danny Ings. He knows where the goal is. We've definitely seen that. You know what I mean? So,
but even if he gets 10 to 12 goals, it just takes that pressure off, doesn't it? It just adds more goals to the team.
Absolutely, Matt. Absolutely. And you've got AD Johnson. Yes, AD. Thanks for coming in, pal. All right, Governor. And Facts and Stats says, what's nice to hear is Nuno and the director of football working together on signings and not hearing Daniel Levy's name mentioned. Hopefully, it's now taking a back seat when it comes to transfer. Yes, it was refreshing in the evening conference, Matt, when he said that when he was asked about transfers coming in, he was asked about Harry Kane, and that's the other situation we'll get at Harry Kane as well. But when he's asked about the transfers, the one was that him and Paratici and Steve Hitchens, they're all working together. They've got a lot of and the words were they know this is a big job. I mean, they know they've got a lot of work ahead, and that's good to hear. Do you know what I mean? They are, and Dan Levy's just in that background, but Dan Levy's still pressing that green button still. You know what I mean? He's the one that go to. And just sorry about that, guys. We've still got loads here, guys. We've got Bob's here. Bob Spurs says, that's it, Wayne. It's about personal, isn't it, mate? Cody Mack, thanks for tuning in, Cody. Thanks for coming in, pal. Where do you guys think we'll finish this season if you had the guess right now? I'll quickly answer that, Matt. I'll throw it to Matt. It's hard to say. I may say let's wait until our new signings. We don't know who we're going to get in. But if all personnel stay and we get with the same Steadwood and we add quality, why not? Can't we prefer a top four for this season again? Matt, just quickly on that one, what Cody's putting.
Like you say, it's a tough one. I don't know because obviously I don't know. I'll probably answer that one when I know when the transfer's shut, when the transfer window's shut, and I know who we've got in the squad, who we've got rid of. I think if we don't obviously get many good signings or don't get rid of Deborah, I think it could be the top 6. I think if we do get the players that we've been linked with at the moment, or few of those players, I think we could surprise people and go into the top 4. I really do. I think Spurs could go under the radar this year. I think a lot of the pundits and a lot of different fans are going to think Spurs are a bit of a laughing stock after last season, but it could come back to bite them, and we could just sneak up on people. You just never know. Absolutely. Momentum in football is key. Look at Liverpool.
Absolutely.
They were well out of it last season. They won last 10 of their games, and they got into the top 4. So it's never over until it's over, and we weren't that far off top 4 really last season. It was just a few results that we just couldn't get over the line.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. And you've got Wayne saying at Bobswell TV, that is it. We need to get the right players in and the right players out. Let Nuno and Paratici do their jobs. And yes, that's what I'm saying. It's refreshing to hear that. Bobswell saying, after watching today's press conference, I'm well excited. Cody, it was one of the greatest press conferences ever. I think, he spoke well. The kid said, I think this one could work out if Nuno gets backed. And yeah, absolutely. Derek Hutchison, thanks for coming in, pal. Nobody wants to do business with Levy, who, by the way, is poking his nose into the transfer business. So not likely anyone coming in. So it will be the same as last year. Derek, I can see there be. I can't see it being all the Deadwood going out in one transfer window. I think to take a couple. But definitely there will be some signings. There'll definitely be some signings with Padgett coming in. Definitely, 100%.
Yeah, he's the one that's going to be, handling it now. He's going to be one talking to the players' agents. That's what he's been brought in for. So he's a completely different person. The only thing Levy will probably be doing is giving them the money and saying, "This is your budget. This is what you got. Go and find me a few players."
Absolutely, Matt. Absolutely. And Wayne said, "What are your thoughts on new backup keeper? I've snapped Johnson up from West Brom. We're going to go on to that in a minute, Wayne. Let's just finish off with Nuno. As just one more, I want to get on with Nuno in a minute, and then we'll get into the transfers ins and out. But we will get back to that question, Wayne. Arundara, good to see you guys, lads, back. Thank you very much, pal. Absolutely, thanks for coming in. Wayne says, "Hey there, Kodak. Hope you're well." Jake says, "Great to chat to you on Twitter, Matt."
It was a pleasure, Jake, mate.
Where is he? Where is he? He's here. The kid says, "Oh my God, I just got offered a sponsor." Well done, pal. Absolutely well done. Aran, Daddy, and something ings, and sometimes when he fits. Yeah, absolutely. I can keep with you. Kid says, "Grats, man." And Bob Spurs says, "Well done, you kid. Big up, Dan. Congratulations to yeah." Callum says, "Where were you? You have to go at the back at the beginning of the stream to watch this over again quickly. We're just busy with work, basically, and which just we couldn't do. Seriously, we couldn't fit nothing in. But Bob Spurs says, make sure you notificate properly, buddy. Contact myself or Will if you need a hand with anything, dude. Facts and Stats says, congratulations. Brian says, is it still legally out? Yes, to me. I've always will be legally out. That won't stop with me. Absolutely. I will never change that situation. And Bob Spurs said yes, and says thoughts on Nuno giving winks. Yeah, we've said this from the start. Absolutely no way. Do you think Nuno can win a title with Spurs? No, I don't think so. Matt?
I don't think that's our goal. I think we're miles off that. I think his goal. I think his job is to get us back into the top four, and then properly go from there and try and go. Once you get there to the next stage, you've got to do it like like a ladder. You can't just go, "We're going to be title challengers." I mean, we were miles off last season, so there's too many good clubs in front of us.
Absolutely, pal. Winks and Dyer both getting another chance. Yeah, let's leave it out. That's not happening. Absolutely, still leave it out. Yes. It's always leave it out. 20 years and one League Cup, leave it out. And out of the deadwood, who do you think is staying? We'll get onto that, mate. Absolutely, get onto that. Matt, just one more on the Nuno situation. Is Harry Kane? He said it. He got asked about Harry Kane. He's probably expecting the Harry Kane question. He come across all smiley, all happy. It was literally a blunt answer. Harry Kane is going nowhere. He's having a good rest. Be back in a couple of weeks' time, and then that's it. And then he'll start having talks with Harry Kane, and it sounds like Harry Kane's not going nowhere. We've heard this before, Matt. Things can change rapidly. Money talks. So you guys in the chat as well. And the question to Matt is, where do you stand with that? Was you feel the confidence what Nuno was saying, or is that the right thing? What he had to say in that conference today? Obviously, he's not going to turn around and say Harry Kane's going. So he's got to cover himself up. But do you see this the end of the Harry Kane saga, or do you think this is just the start?
I think he's already been told he's staying, personally. I think they probably knew that when they were getting Nuno, they probably contacted him, maybe, or let his agent know. I I said he was staying. You know, I just had a feeling. I think maybe he'll do one more season, and then it'll probably be, you know, a bit more cheaper next season. Man City might come in again and, you know, bid like maybe the 100 or even 80 million, and then we'd probably have to take it. But yeah, you know, who knows if we keep him, you know, rebuild a bit more, you know, get a few players in and get back into the top four, then there's no reason why he wouldn't maybe want to stay and think, okay, maybe I can stick around here, you know. You know, he's still got years to go. Man City don't obviously seem massive. No, they seem keen, but it's like they're not going to spend more than what they've already kind of allegedly bid, which is 100 million. And obviously that's nowhere near what we want or what Levy would want, really. I mean, it's got to be at least 130 to 150 million. It's got to be.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just, as I said, when I heard that, and I laughed because people will be jumping on the bandwagon. You know what I mean? Oh, Kane stay in.
Yeah.
And they're not seeing through the lines. You know what I mean? Obviously, Nuno is not going to come into the press conference and saying, "Oh, Harry Kane's
can't
going
come
to
out, can he? Yeah.
That's it. He's got to back these. He's got to protect himself, protect the club, protect Harry Kane. And I think, me personally, this is not the end of Harry Kane's saga. I think the 2 weeks he'll have a rest. And what Teddy Sheringham was saying as well a week and a half ago, that what he's had a talk with Harry and what he's how it come across that Harry Kane's days at Tottenham are over. I mean, and this is what Teddy Sheringham was on about. He thinks Harry Kane will be off this summer, but we know what we're dealing with. We're dealing with Daniel Levy, and he drives a massive deal. He's so hard to negotiate with, and the ball's in our court because he's got 3 years on his contract, Matt, in it. So we don't have to sell. You know what I mean? No. And the question is come down to, Matt, is absolutely, will you want to keep a player at the club who does not want to be here? Doesn't matter how good Harry Kane is. You know what I mean? And if the offer is there of between 120, 130, whatever it is, will you sell? Because me personally, City coming, because I've seen it in the comments here, City coming with a big offer plus like Laporte or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Me, you have to look at it. You have to listen to it, because at the end of the day, Kane's not getting no younger. He's 28. He's got the injury prone. We know what he's always got an injury every season. And if he's not happy, that's the thing. If he's happy to stay, definitely 100%, hands down, reject the money, keep Harry Kane here, because there's no other striker like it. But if he wants to go, Matt, I still say how hard it'll be to sell Harry Kane. I mean, he's the best striker on this planet at the minute. What he does, I still say that. I still say he's better than Lewandowski.
Yeah.
To me personally, he's guys that he's got. But if he wants to go, mate, I will definitely listen to this. I really will listen and just rebuild and just go and find someone else again, mate. It's going to be hard to replace him because you can't replace people like Harry Kane. But what do you think about it, Matt? What do you think about it?
You know,
in that space, if he wants to go,
he wants to go on and win, you know, the biggest trophies he can. And the offer comes in, you know, which is reasonable. You know, like you said, maybe 100 million plus Laporte or something like that. Then I probably would let him go, just because, you know, if we could get a good Man City player alongside it, you know, maybe and 100 million, and then you can go get a few targets and maybe just start to rebuild this squad. You know, Liverpool have done it. They've sold Coutinho, Suarez. You know, they had to, and they went and bought properly and bought well. And okay, it took them a couple of years, but you know, they won the Champions League and the title in 2 years. So, you know, it's doable, and I think we've got to learn from the sort of Eriksen situation. Don't let a player just run his contract down to the ground, because it's going to be hard enough to replace him. But you know, you can't replace him, but you can get his goals back in maybe a couple of positions at least. So for the better of the team, I think if the right offer came in and he really wanted to go, then I'd let him go.
Yeah, absolutely. Aaron says, Wayne, I love a cup, but I prefer top four so we can attract players again. Wayne says, Derek Hutchinson, damn good point. Do you think Kane would stay if Levy left? Oof, Jesus Christ. Even if Levy left or stayed, it doesn't matter. I just think Harry Kane, fortunately, guys, has made his mind up. I really do. I think he's made his mind up. He wants to go. And I think I really do think he wants to go. I think he's realised now that even like, I think what's driven this transfer as well, losing in the Euros, I think that's the massive. Do you know? Because I think if we won the Euros and Kane will lift that trophy for you, captaincy, and he'll probably thought, do you know what? Oh, let's see what Nuno can do for one more season. You never know. You never know. It's probably change his aspects of staying at Spurs for one more season, but that's
Bloody
probably
Italy.
driven him. It's probably driven him. Don't want to go into the Euros, guys, because that's dead. That's in the water. That's history. But I think with the Kane situation, I think that's driven Kane even more now to go and win trophies. And I think he's probably looking at it and say, I need to move. And I think, but we'll see in that, guys. We'll see. We'll wait. We'll wait and see. We've got Derek says 150 million plus Laporte. Yeah. I said
that is a great deal. To be fair,
if they come with something like that, you
I can't see him doing that. Not and Laporte. It'd probably be 100 million and Laporte. But...
Yeah. Wayne says, Aaron, I'll take cups first, give Nuno a foundation to build on, providing Levy doesn't screw it up. This is the point, Wayne. I'll take cups, because we are overdue so long for a cup. But top four is massive again. Next season, top four as well. We can't get out of that. Can't go into Europa again. If you want to go forward as a club. Aaron says, do you trust Levy with 150 million if he gets it? Well, with this new sporting director with Paratici,
it's not him, is it? It's Paratici and Steve Hitchen. I think that's what people need to understand. Absolutely. The reason Levy's hired someone like Paratici is because he's taken a back seat. He's obviously heard what the Tottenham sort of supporters trust have maybe said, and the fan president. He realised he had to maybe just take a back seat and let someone else have a go.
Yeah, absolutely, Matt. And Brian said, I think Kane knew Man City would bid 100 million for him to test the water, and he didn't know whether Levy would take it or not. If we sold him to City for that money, his value will go up automatically by 50 million, as that is under the valuation for a player of his standards. I totally agree on that one, Brian. Wayne says, no chance Nuno will get 50% off that if lucky. I don't think so. As what Matt said, that's why Paratici has been brought in. I know Levy holds the purse strings. I know he holds the money, but why bring someone like Paratici in as a sporting director to look after the transfers and spend the money if you're not going to give him the money? You know what I mean?
Paratici wouldn't come in and he wouldn't take that nonsense. He worked at massive clubs, Juventus, winning clubs, and he wants to maybe transfer that to Spurs.
Absolutely. Yes. Aguilar, is that how you pronounce the name, Matt? It's the lady from North London. Yeah, yeah. She was on the channel before we stopped streaming. Oh my God, you're back! Great to see you both again. Thank you very much. Absolutely, thank you. Call me Ellie. That's it. Yeah. And Wayne says Kane at Spurs will bring in more income than selling him. I still say Thing brings in more income, really. Son. Hey there, Ellie. 120 million plus the Port and De Bruyne.
Bite your hand off.
There we go. I thought someone was a bit. There we go. That's a good comment one. Hi there, Wayne lads. Owen says Paratici can't even get the. Is it the Tomonsu? That deal. What I'm hearing.
Done. I think people just have to just got to be a bit patient. I think that's the problem with Twitter. Everyone just reads so much stuff, and it just happens like that. You have to do contracts. He's got the Olympics coming up, so you've got to try and tie that up, and then you have to pay agent fee. It takes a long time to sign a player. It's not like you can't, even if you pay like the release clause or whatever, you still have to go through sponsorship deals, and all that kind of stuff. It's not an overnight fix. It will get done. I'm sure it will get done.
I'm sure it'll get done as well. Wayne says, Ellie, sod the 120 million. I'll just take De Bruyne. Oh, brilliant. Beloved Hotspur, yes, that's them. Yes, lad. Good to see you guys. Thanks for coming in, mate. Levy still has to be middling in the transfer business, surely. I refuse to believe went from 100% control to 0%. I say the more control now, what I believe is with Paratici is in Sporting Director, he will have more control than Nuno and Steve. Levy holds the money, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
They still got to go to Levy and say, listen, this is the player. Do you agree? And Levy, he has to sign it off. And that is the worrying thing. Pay for Spurs, call her Ellie. Yes. Cody says, Tormy source. Oh, Cody Mack is absolutely fantastic. Thanks for coming, pal. Paul says, I don't trust the board, but hopefully Paratici will do us proud and do the right deals for the good of the club. I have all faith in this guy. As Matt says, he's been everywhere. Are you going to have super chat, lads? We have all support your channel too. Super chats? Nah, we're not at that stage yet. Absolutely, we're nowhere near. But if it comes, it comes. If it don't, it don't, guys. We just do this. Me and Matt, we just do this because we just like doing it. We always keep saying it, and I'll keep saying it till the end, guys. Cody Matt said, "Don't get me started on Japanese vaccination." Timmy's on Sue, absolutely fantastic. And we're going to the second half of the show now, guys. Is this transfer roundup? There is players. Me and Matt have been talking about them. We've obviously seen the players who we have been linked with. There's been so many, but I've narrowed it down today, guys. I've gone through them, and there is a couple. And we'll start with this one, Matt. Is it Tomonsu? What?
Tomiyasu, something like that. I don't actually know, but I'll go Tomiyasu, I reckon.
This guy from Bologna, around about 15, 16, 17 million pounds. Matt. Sorry, Matt. Sorry, pal. Where do we stand on this guy? Do you think this deal's close? All the sounds are coming out. Sounds like we are definitely close with this one. We've got to be patient. Got to trust Paratici to get this one over the line. Do you trust him?
Yeah, I think it's near enough done. I think they're just trying to probably just working out how the add-ons are working out. Maybe what sort of bonuses he's going to get at Spurs and stuff like that. Maybe there'll be if Bologna feel like he's a good player, and he's quite young, isn't he? He's not old, is he? They might put a little sell-on clause if we ever sell him. I think he's a good player. He can play right back, left back, centre back. I think he's a very versatile player, and he had a really good season last year. And if Atalanta and teams like that are looking at him, Atalanta actually have quite a good scouting network. If you look at some of their players, Fofana came from Atalanta. So I think if someone like that's linked with him, he's not going to be a bad player. And I think, from the sounds of it, he's going to play right back. That's what they want him to play. And he played there, I think, 20 times last season. But he can also slot as a third left centre back, and he can play at left back. So I think it'll be a good signing. And I think in a matter of time, it will be done. Just be patient, Spurs fans. It will get done. And there's not many deals going on at the moment. A few. There hasn't been loads.
Exactly. Well, there's one on the news tonight. Surprisingly, Bartram from Southampton to Leicester. What a surprise that is. Ryan Bartram from Southampton. Wow. Yeah. So it's not much going on, guys. So we have to. I think the key is now was with our Spurs fan. We've got to be patient. We've got to literally just trust Paratici to do his job to get it right. We know what he's done at other clubs. I mean, he's a massive influence. Bringing big players from other clubs to Juventus and things as well. So yeah, and when he was at Inter Milan, was it Matt? Yeah, he was at Inter Milan. He brings some real good players there as well. He was a driving force behind that. So I think we have got ourselves a winner in here. I would love with the sauce back. We wanted Mitchell back, Ranić as well was floating about. But this guy is probably the best as well of the bunch as well, guys. I mean, I wouldn't put it past this guy to bring in one or two really good coops. I mean, so and this guy here, I mean, we've had players before coming to the Premier League. We've never heard of him. I mean, I've certainly since I've never heard of this guy. I've never followed him.
Exactly.
I've watched him a couple of times, a couple of videos. He looks quite a decent player, and it could turn out to be a right bargain, 15, 16 million pound, whatever it is. And I think it'll be a real good buy. And I think it'll be, would it be an up step to Sergio Aurier and what we got there right back at the minute?
Oh, I think in attitude-wise, I think it's just someone fresh, isn't it? And I think it's time Aurier. Like I think we all agree, it's time he goes. I mean, he's not even back from pre-season yet. Poor attitude, and it seems like he does cause a lot of rifts between the managers. A few of the how can he not get on with 3 different managers? I don't understand it.
And with I think he's Japanese in it. It's some dude, and they've got a good work ethic. Look at the song. They look after themselves.
Yep.
And I mean, they're really good workers. They work hard and train rich, and he'll put 110% on the pitch.
So, it'd be a dream. It'd be a dream of his to play in the Premier League as well. So yeah,
absolutely. So we'll give this guy time, and let's see if it's going to be a coup. I mean, for Tottenham.
He might not be a starter. He could be a squad play. We could have a lot of options at right back next season again. You got Matt Doherty, you got Japhet Tanganga, you got Tommy Asu. So there's options there.
Absolutely. We've got a couple of ears, and he says, Cody Mack, have you been released from those shopping nightmares with the missus? Cody Mack says, Ellie, it ain't so much bad, but I'd rather watch Spurs YouTube. He's still sitting on the curb waiting for his wife to stop shopping, and he's still crying. Performance is good, but can't run much. I was on about the Tottenham suit. This guy on about right. He's saying he can't run much, but his performances.
He must be able to run. He's a professional footballer.
Yeah, absolutely. And Bob saying rumour is there for other teams got in for Tottenham suit. So every chance it may not get done, guys. Yeah, it sounds like though Bob's that he wants to join Tottenham. That he has agreed terms. That the deal was just waiting now. It's just waiting to be signed. So we'll just keep it up. We'll just keep it in the background, guys. We'll keep an eye on this one. And Wayne says, "Code Mac, we've all been there. I want to post a video of my granddaughter's first clothes shopping trip yesterday." Wayne says, "It's truly great to see you back, lads. Great stream, Sire Matt. Keep up the quality. You've been missed." Thank you very much, Wayne. Absolutely. Preferred to see Tommy playing more central role as and us sign a proper win back. It could be Matt Doherty, guys. So don't rule out Matt Doherty playing if he's going to play a win back from, because he knows what Matt can do, and you never know. Bob says was never asked to go shopping with her again. Get in, lucky sod. So that's that guy, guys. We'll see where this transfer goes. It's going that way, that it's close. But as Bob said, there is other teams. We know there is other teams involved, but it sounds like what we're hearing that he wants to join Tottenham. He wants to come to the Premier League, and Arsenal not going to be a choice. I don't think Arsenal around there. So that's one of them, guys. And the next one, guys, another defender is this guy Conde from Seville. Well, Matt, um, just take us through this guy, Conde from Seville. Is he the? I've heard mixed emotions about this guy.
Mhm.
Don't get too hyped. That's the one of the sayings I've heard as well about this guy. He's not as great as people put him out to be. He's not worth £50 million. To be honest, I haven't seen this guy much. I've seen him play a couple of times for Seville. Couple of videos of him. He does look all right, but is this the kind of player we got to spend 50, £60 million what Seville are after? Is he that good? Is he the sort of defender, or is there someone else we should be going in for ahead of Conde?
I mean, he's a good defender. I don't think we need a defender, I suppose, like him. I think he's not. He's not going to be like, we need a leader to come in and properly like lead the line, and like a Connor Cody, like a Virgil van Dijk. That's what we need. We need a defender like that who's going to come in, make the defense better. I suppose it's almost like another Toby Alderweireld, but a bit younger, a bit more passion in him, and that type of defender is what we need. Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't say no to Kunde, but I just think 51 million is quite a lot, and I think you could spend that in other ways. You could go and get a new winger, if we need one. If you feel like Bergwijn's not going to cut it, or someone like Lamella, or you could get a new central midfielder or a holding midfielder to play alongside Højbjerg. He's a bit small. He's 5'10". He's a ball-winning sort of centre back. He can bring it out quite nicely. His range of passing is okay. It's not quite Toby Alderweireld's range of passing. Would I want him? Yeah, he's quite an exciting player, but could he be like another French player who's overhyped? I think I'd probably lean more towards not spending the money on him, maybe going for, you could try and get Milan Skriniar. You could even try and get Milinkovic, who's pretty, ball-winning defender, big, I look at someone, sort of like the Chiellini type. I think that's a defender we need. Maybe not Chiellini himself, but someone with those attributes. You got that. You got the Demiral from Juventus. He's learned under Chiellini. I think he'd be a better bet personally for me. He's bigger, stronger. I think he'd suit the Premier League really well. I think Kunde might get a bit bullied in the Premier League. From what I've seen, he's not the biggest build. That's sort of my views on him. Plus, I don't know if he actually wants to play for us. From what the reports say, he rejected us, or he doesn't want to play for not a Champions League club, which is fair enough. If you're gonna, he's used to that standard. Why would he drop? That's unless you're going to pay him ridiculous wages, which we're not.
Absolutely.
So personally, I'd rather have a player who actually wants to play for the club than one who's, apparently he's waiting for Real Madrid, and if he doesn't get Real Madrid, we're his second fiddle. I'd rather have a player who wants to come to Tottenham rather than just have another second fiddle. That's my opinion on it.
I see where you come from there. Absolutely. I've got a couple of things. First point is he's height, as you said there, Matt. He's 5'10", something like that. I think it's too small to be a centre back. I know there's been other defenders, small defenders like the Carlos Pures and the past, I think that really good centre backs. But you're talking about the Premier League here, Matt. As I said, it's the fast thing of the Premier League. I think he'll get probably out muscled, he'll get bullied as well. The price tag for me is, I don't think we should be spending that much. Would the club spend that much on someone like that? I don't know. I don't think so. To me, as you pointed out there, Matt, we need someone who's going to come in and grab it by the scruff, grab that back line by the scruff and say, I'm the fucking leader. I'm the leader in this camp. Do you know what I mean? Like a Chiellini. We're not going to get him, but someone like a Demiral from Juventus is a good shout. But to me, because of this Nuno at the minute, guys, everyone's getting on the hype train of Nuno. Maybe a good choice in this situation at the minute is probably Connor Cody. I mean, he was the club captain at Wolves. We know what a sort of a leader is. He's a no-nonsense defender. Don't get me wrong, he's not, I wouldn't say he's like a world-class defender, but he'll do a job, Matt. He knows the Premier League. He knows the speed of the league, and I think that will be a better fit than a Conde. And I don't think he'll cost nowhere near like a 50, 60 million, maybe 25, 30 million for Connor. I don't know how old is he, Matt? 28, something like that, around that age.
Yeah.
He's a Liverpool boy, and they know how to defend. You know what I mean? These sort of guys, they know what to win as well. He's a winner. I know he's not won nothing and his thing, but you know what I'm trying to get at, Matt. He's that sort of a good leader. You know what I mean? He's a strong character, and I think that's what we need at the minute, mate. Just drive us forward. I mean, especially for next season, because I think it's going to be an up and down season for us, especially the start. The start's got to be good. So to me, Connor Cody will be a good fit. Now we've got Nuno. You know what I mean? If we didn't have Nuno, I mean, it's because the relationship they've got between themselves. Nuno knows what Cody's like. Cody knows what Nuno expects of a defender. You know what I mean? So I think Connor Cody will be a great fit in a Conde. A Conde, I admit, I've seen it only a handful of times for Seville. Seen a couple of videos. I just don't think it's the right time in a minute. And as you said, he wants Real Madrid. He's holding out from Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Why do we want someone who doesn't really want to come to Spurs? He wants Champions League football. He wants Real Madrid. Why should we be a second fiddle? No, let's get someone who actually wants to come play for Spurs. And Connor Cody, for me, at this present moment, will be a great choice. I mean, it doesn't have to fit it. It doesn't have to have bedding time. You know what I mean? He come in straight away and get someone else beside him as well. Not only just Connor, and get someone else as well.
Yeah.
With a Skriniar, Matt, I think that boat sailed. I think that's gone.
Yep.
It sounds like he's going to sign another contract into Milan.
Yeah, it does.
That's the thing. And it sounds like he don't want to come to Tottenham. Obviously, because Champions League. Apparently, there's a fire sale in the Milan. They needed money, and apparently we could have gotten around about £35 million. It would have been a real good buy, but I don't think. It sounds like he's going to end up staying at Inter Milan with another contract. So, with the ones we're speaking about there, Matt, I'll be interested to see what the guys in the chat were saying. But me, Connor Cody, and did you mention Connor Cody as well, Matt?
Yeah, I like Connor Cody. I think he's a good defender.
I just think very good defender, and Bolly as well. We've been linked with Bolly.
I think he'd be more likely just because obviously Connor Cody last season signed a new contract, so that would push his price up. I don't think Willy Bolly's a bad defender.
I think with Connor Cody, he's at that stage now, Matt. If he had the chance to come to Tottenham, he would definitely jump at the chance to come to Tottenham, mate.
Yeah, I think so.
Absolutely,
especially
100%.
with Nuno as well.
Yeah, it would just be a great fit, him and Nuno, and like with Nuno and Conde. You know what I mean? So to me, at the minute, we need people to come in and fit in straight away, Matt, and get this team going straight away from the word go. We can't go 3 or 4, 5, 10 games to the season, still finding our feet, you know what I mean? And we're like mid-table. Pressure will get on with the board. Pressure will get downstairs into Nuno and to the players. I don't think we need that. I mean, I just think we need players who want to come, ready-made players.
I just want players to want to play for the badge. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, at the minute, I want just experienced players. I mean, just come in, steady the ship, especially at the back, Matt. Yeah. Going forward, I think we have got the quality. If it's like Kane stays in black, we have got the quality. Without a shadow of doubt.
100%. There was nothing wrong with our attack, last season. Exactly. And if we could defend, we would have been up there. Last season.
There's been no refreshing the defensive situation department for so many years, mate. Jan's gone. Toby's at the end of his.
He wants to go, doesn't he? You know,
he wants to go as well.
Is a liability.
Sanchez, he needs to go. Dyer as well. So it does need a big shake-up. It really does. But to me, a good fit will be Connor Cody at this present time.
I'd be interested to see if maybe he would try Tanganga at centre back again. You know, I know Mourinho liked him at right back, but I still believe he's a centre back in my eyes.
Yeah. We've got some. Cody should send his wife. Oh, he's still speaking about the shopping. Is Lavinia? Is it Lavinia? Is that Lavina? Lavina? Is it that youngster in it? more
Oh
attacking or
yeah,
defensive.
I haven't
Yeah,
watched.
yeah.
Yeah, I
I
think
said
he's a
another
mixture
one
of
I
both.
ain't seen much of.
Yeah.
One or two, twice. He seems like he wants to press high. He's at one end attacking wing backs, what you want to call them. Yes. Henry saying this didn't happen, lads. What ain't happening? Can you say what's not happening, guys? Facts and Stats says, what do you think about the news Trippier might be joining Manchester United? Yeah, I'll be pleased with Trippier coming back to the Premier League. I think he was fantastic for Tottenham. Gutted when he left, but I think the boat has sailed him coming back to Tottenham. So I will have no grudges going back to Man United. Would you have any grudges, Matt?
No, yeah, I mean he left Tottenham because, well, I mean he there was obviously a bad atmosphere there, bad eggs there, and he had enough. A bit of a shame that we got rid of him actually, because I think he still could. He had one bad season. The rest of the other seasons he was pretty good right back, to be honest, and he's proved it. We sold him and he's gone on, been brilliant for Atletico Madrid, or won the league with them, and then he had a really good Euros as well. So he's still a good player, and it's just a shame that we got rid of him when we did. I think maybe we should have stuck by him, but if he didn't want to be there, then you got to get rid.
I can see where he comes from there, mate. I was gutted when he left, but yeah, he wanted to see Atletico Madrid. He's gone and won La Liga. I mean, he's a title winning champion. I mean, and maybe now he's probably thinking to himself he's got nothing else to give Atletico Madrid and win over there. Maybe wants another fresh start again. At May 9, I think he'll suit him well there. I really do. He'll have a good fight with Wan-Bissaka because I rate him as well. So it'll be a good fight between them two. Condi will never happen. I'll be happy with that, Wayne. I'll be happy if Condi doesn't happen because I don't think me personally is the guy at the minute we should be going to players that will know the Premier League who will work straight away for us. Do you know what I mean? Like the Connor Codys that we've mentioned. I think them sort of defenders. Condi said no. End of. Call us tier 2. He'll be off to Madrid or greener patch. I hope he goes well and does well at Madrid. Do you know what I mean? He makes errors like Sanchez, but he is a baller, can play and can run with the ball out of defence. A very talented lad, but I agree we need a leader to replace Toby. Yes, no doubt he's probably a good defender coming out of the box. Matt did say that. But at the end of the day, I just think he'll be bullied. I think at the minute, guys, let's not look for someone like who's going to be like a defensive Cristiano Ronaldo gets the ball in attack. We don't want that at the minute at Tottenham. We want someone who just come in, defend. Yeah. You know what I mean? Knows how to defend. You know what
Loves
I mean? Forget about he's a good like he can ping a ball, he can come out defence well. Yes, that would be nice, but at the minute we need someone who can come in and do a job, defend. That's the first thing. Defend. At least as long as this defender can come in, he'll be calm on the ball. He can pass out to the midfield. Be happy with that. You know what I mean? I'm not after no one like a Cristiano Ronaldo sort of like style defender who's to get the ball and try and take people on. We've had that before, and we've had defenders who struggled like that. You know what I mean? Thinking they are like flipping. I mean, someone like Jan, fantastic. I mean, he was good at it. You know what I mean? Toby, he can be good at it, but not as good as Jan. But Toby got a good range of passing and he can ping out a ball. He's confident.
They complemented each other well, didn't they?
Yeah, but with Toby, his defensive errors, I can throw that in as well.
Oh, it's completely. He's getting worse each season.
Yeah. So, to me, let's just concentrate on bringing someone who can just defend, guys. Just defend, who can just block out tackles. Who's very strong. He's a leader. We need a leader in there, guys. You know what I mean? And I always say the captain should be leading from the back, centre back. I've always said that. They can see the whole game in front of them. Do you know what I mean? And who can actually give people the scruff of the neck who's not been pulling their weight. And Connor Cody, I'm telling you now, I wouldn't want to be in a dressing room with Connor Cody if the things not going well, because I think he's that sort of leader. I think. But anyhow, I totally appreciate your opinion there. And Vinar says, yo guys, good to see you back. Thank you very much, pal. Wayne says we need a Mabbott or Roberts. Exactly, Wayne. Not exactly Mabbott and Roberts. They were just good defenders, isn't it? Nothing special, Matt. Innit? Nothing special about them. Nothing like get the ball and they can do like flicks and tricks. We're not after that. Just they can defend.
Around.
They knew the art of defending, and that's what we want. I mean, let's go back to basics, isn't it? I mean, if we're gonna go have another rebuild with our Nuno, let's go back to basics then. Let's just defend properly. Milinkovic, born leader, tough and hard nut, and can play too. Yes, him and Botman as well, guys. But maybe other clubs are looking at them who are in the Champions League and things like that. This is the worry for Tottenham at the minute. Wayne said, Simon, Matt, who would you personally bring in? Matt, who would you personally bring as his centre back? Me, Connor Cody, all day long.
If I think he was gettable, obviously he's not. I'll probably go Milan Skriniar because I do think he's a good defender. If he was gettable, or if he wanted to come, then that's the one I'd be all over. But it sounds like he wants to, sign a new deal and stay into Milan. And, you can't blame him. If I can't have him, there's a few. I mean, we need a sort of left-sided centre back, I think, and I think I like Tyrone Mings actually for Aston Villa. I think he had a really good good start to the Euros as well. He was part of that, first two games of the England game until Maguire was back, and he got 2 clean sheets. Leads well. He's very dominant in the air, strong, fast, physical. And I think he is a leader as well, and he's been coached by John Terry, so he's not going to be a bad defender, is he? So there's him.
Do you think he makes a bit too more mistakes than Connor Cody, Matt?
Yeah, maybe, but I think he is better on the ball than Cody. But one of them two would be lovely.
Or maybe both.
Both would be nice. I do like John Stones. I think he's a good defender. Yeah. And I think if Man City maybe came in for Kane and offered him alongside as well, I probably would take that. I think Stones is a good defender and he can score a couple of goals. He's good at playing out from the back.
I'll take Stones over Laporte. Laporte's got too many injury prone. He's another one who's got too many. Good defender. Too many injuries. I'll take Stones.
I like John Stones. Really do like him, actually. Yeah,
because it's homegrown thing as well.
Homegrown, so you could get rid of someone like a Dyer or even a Winks and whack in, Stones in their play. I think that would be a good. I reckon he'd come. I reckon you could persuade him.
Yeah, absolutely. Vinar says, "Will you be doing fan shows?" Yes, further down the line, we'll be doing fan shows. Once. Gone past the summer, guys. Once it's quieted down on my side, as a taxi driver, it's never quiet. But the summer in Blackpool is it's rife at the minute. I've never seen it this busy. It's absolutely manic, guys. Yeah. Because obviously this pandemic going on. So yeah, obviously further down the line, guys, we'll be doing these. Cody would be a great buy as his work rate is condemnable and can play too. Exactly, yeah. Me and Matt said about Connor Cody. He's fantastic. Maybe not for the future, but maybe just to fit in for a couple of years. You know what I mean? Because that's what we need, guys. We need to stop thinking about the future at the minute, right? You know what I mean? On that side, let's just try and build that defence. People who can defend. You know what I mean? I don't think at the minute it's for a youngster. You know what I mean? I think it's for a ready-made defender who's experienced, who's been around the block. You know what I mean? And Henry says Levy ain't spending more than 25 million euros on the player. This is what I'm on about, Henry. This is the worry. The only worry I got. If Nuno gets back properly, I'll start believing a bit more. But this guy is still. Why are you still at the club? I just worry. Matt. Yeah. He says if we can buy. Diamond's got. Oh yeah.
What a player he is.
What a player. We'll have another excellent, absolutely fantastic for Denmark. He was fantastic, brilliant. He's just got to beef up a lot and adjust. And first season, and then he'll take off just like Christian did. So it'll be a tremendous. But who else is going to look after this player as well? I mean, so I think there'll be clubs just before us.
He's at least 40 million as well at the moment.
Yeah, so absolutely. Sorry, guys. RNZ's transfer window open till 2nd of September. Levy will drag it out. No pre-season for any new lads as usual. I think so. I mean, let's just give them a chance. Let's just give him a chance, guys. Wayne says we have to play Tanganga. He's too good to sit on the bench. That's another one, Tanganga. But still, it's a bit of a tight one with Tanganga. I think he is. I wouldn't say he's not ready, Matt, to go into next season. But I just think where we are with Nuno at the minute, we just needs someone a bit more experienced than him.
Well, you need someone.
Have him in the background.
If he could
have
have
him in the
someone,
background.
or if Tanganga could play alongside someone who's very experienced and a leader, and he could learn off him, that wouldn't be a bad option.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely, mate. Yeah. So Wayne's good. That's a good point there, Wayne. And he says, I don't think Dyer will be moved on. He's Levy's golden boy, and he speaks fluent Portuguese, so he's waiting to say. I hope not. I really do. I mean, but saying that, he's working. I've seen a video of him. He's working very hard as well. Another player's working hard. Aaron says, I think the only players we'll sell are Aurier and Lamela, and maybe Lucas. The rest will stay. Lucas, I think we'll give another season. To me personally,
I think it'll be Sissoko in that list as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And he says, do you think we should take a punt on Wilfred Zaha, lads? Quickly, Matt.
I don't think we need him. Personally,
No,
I think we need to concentrate
on
other areas.
Don't get me wrong, Wilfred Zaha is an absolute fantastic player, but I think
he's injury prone though. He gets a lot of injuries as well. So if you're going to be paying 80 to 90 million, he gets injured quite a lot for Palace.
Yeah, absolutely. And with Wilfred Zaha, I mean, don't get me wrong, Ellie, he's a fantastic player. Don't get me wrong, that's what Matt said. The takeaway is if he can stay fit for a whole season, without doubt, he's an unbelievable player. He gets too many injuries, and for the price tag that Palace is going to want for him, 40, 50 million pounds. Daniel Levy's not paying it, and I don't think at the minute that is an essential what Tottenham need at the minute. Wilfred Zaha, but it's good. That's a good one. Vinar says Simon spitting facts. Thank you very much. Aaron says we have Son. Can't see where Zaha. Yeah, absolutely. Derek says we need 2 new centre backs and clear out Dyer and Toby and Sanchez. Absolutely. I agree with them 3. Barcelona has shown interest in Tottenham's Hotspur star Giovanni the Celso. Christopher, thank you for coming in, pal. Absolutely fantastic to see you back in the chat. Thanks for being patient with us as well, guys. Thank you for everyone still believing in us in the channel. So it's great. Yeah, Giovanni, it's another one. I think Giovanni will stay at Tottenham. I think for one more season at least, I think Levy will try and say, can Nuno get the best out of him with him and Tungi as well. It'll be interesting to see how these two fare under thing, because it sounds like Nuno and his assistant coach, this guy works him. I can hear him in the video, hear him in the background. He's working them. He's on him. He's working hard. He's got to be fit. And this guy, I don't think he'll let Tungi and Lo Celso drag their heels. So let's see. I don't think that will happen. Wade Boller says, Matt Winks for Mings. Yeah, I'll take that all day long. I'll take that all day long, Wade. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Vinar says, would you take Danny Ings to play alongside Harry Kane? With Danny Ings, we said this at the start there, Matt, innit? With Danny Ings I don't know, he is a good player. I mean, don't get me wrong. But we'll get into Danny Ings actually, Matt. And Wayne says, will you be doing any pre or post match for the Orient game? I'm working. I'm busy, and So I said, guys, at the minute, guys, we're looking to like either whatever night me and Matt are free, we'll do one a week at the minute, and we'll think. But through the summer at the minute, through August, and like I am absolutely caving with hours. I'm in at work, so. Everyone says Vinaj, no man Ings will be back up to Harry. We need a right wing and Sonny on the right. Wayne say, age wise, I'll offer 30 million tops. Ollie Skips needs to start this season, and Zaha, no way. And I don't know, Matt. There's one I forgot actually. So this one, Matt. Let's get on to the next plan then. Danny Ings.
Yep.
We're just someone. A song about Danny Ings. Would you take a punt on Danny Ings? We've already just talked about Danny Ings, Matt. Let's just quickly just go on Danny Ings. We've already talked about Danny Ings. Is he the right man if Nuno's going to play their two up the top back formation to play alongside Harry Kane, or to be cover for Harry Kane if he plays a different formation?
Well, I mean, it's a bit of both, isn't it? If Kane gets injured, you've got a really good enough backup striker who can come in. I reckon he'd play alongside him. I reckon that'd be a lovely two up front. They're very different players. Kane would probably drop a bit deeper. Ings runs in behind. Ings can press really well because he plays for Southampton, who play a high pressing game. So Nuno will like that. He's a finisher. He's got pretty good skills. He's torn us apart the last couple of seasons, hasn't he? Really, he always scores against us. I just think he's a natural finisher. He's pretty strong actually for his height. He's got a good build, muscles off well. He's good in the air. Don't really know what he's bad at, to be honest. Like you say, if he didn't have the injuries he does, he'd probably be in your 40 to 50 mil, I reckon. Good player. If he's worth 20 to 25 million, I'd probably take a gamble, to be honest. We've had worse strikers than him, so.
Yeah, but the thing is, I saw a little bit in the Daily Mail, which they do tend to get some stories right, that he wants to go to he wants Champions League football. So
yeah,
that could be Spurs out the window.
But
he
then,
wants Champions League football,
but then apparently a lot of the sort of Champions League, like Man City aren't interested, Man United aren't interested.
Exactly. Most of these Champions League
I don't think
teams,
Chelsea will be interested. They're looking at like Haaland and players like that.
They're looking at Chiesa as well. They've had a bid rejected for
bid
Chiesa today.
85 million, wasn't it, or something? Yeah.
Chelsea will get him. Trust me. Chelsea, once they won the man, mate, they'll get him. And that's what I love about Abramovich. He won't say, right, that's it, let's look on. If that manager wants Chiesa, he'll go back in and he'll get his man. And Chiesa will be a Chelsea player before the end of the transfer window. Trust me. And he'll be an absolutely sensational player for Chelsea.
Yeah,
what
really
a player Chiesa is.
Got him in at Juventus as well, don't you?
Yeah, Paratici. And,
he scouted him, before, so he does. Know some good players. So I think
and he did it with Cristiano Ronaldo as well, innit? He banged So, and what he done at Milan as well, Lukaku's and the Ericssons, and you know what I mean. And this guy can do it. But I think he's come to a club at the minute. I reckon we're not in the Champions League, and there's not a lot of money flying about. Daniel Levy's been really tight. But just the interesting thing, Matt, at the minute is the stadium name rights. Apparently, it's very close, and it's still massive. Apparently, it's massive, and that apparently we're going to get some chunk of this for the transfer window for this summer. So let's see. Let's see about thing. So we're going to another player, Matt. Let's move into the midfield. A player that Arsenal they were rating him last season. They thought they had him in a bag and things like that. But now the tables are turned, Matt, and it looks like Tottenham may be interested in this one. Hossam Aouar from Lyon. A very, very interesting player, this guy is. I've seen this player play, and I can see why Arsenal wanted him. Apparently, Arsenal not going and backing him for him, and that's the news coming out of Arsenal. I was listening to a couple of Arsenal YouTubers, and they're saying definitely Arsenal are not going to go back in for Hossam Aouar. Matt, what do you think of this Hossam Aouar? Is he the sort of player that it needs to spark this midfield, or is it still like someone like a Sapasa, or would you take him over Sapasa?
I personally think this guy's better than Sabitzer. What a player! Creative, runs with the ball, got skills. he knows Tungi and Ndombele. They had a great partnership at Lyon. So and Ndombele could play, a bit of a vital role to get him to the club actually, or at least he'll know someone at the club. He's got that French sort of flair. He's pretty young. I think he'll add a creative spark into our midfield. Especially if Lo Celso isn't going to do it. You've got someone like Aouar who could, come in and tear it up. I'd love to see a midfield of, maybe like a Skip, Højbjerg, and then an Aouar, or a three of Aouar, Højbjerg, and Lo Celso, or an Ndombele. You've got so many options then if he comes in. I think for 25 million, that's an absolute steal. And I think Spurs should go straight in there and go and get him, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. With Aouar,
they want to sell as well, so you could probably maybe even offer 20.
And there's Christopher saying Tottenham offer Tanguy on Ndombele
I don't see that
Osamawa swap, as Arsenal put out. I can't see why would you want to swap these two. You know what I mean? That's what Matt said. They both played at Lyon at the same time. They both were sensational at that time, especially when they beat City in the Champions League. They were great. I remember that game. They were both absolutely fantastic in that game. And why not? They can't recreate that sort of form at Tottenham and that sort of partnership at Tottenham. I think Osamawa will be an absolute fantastic signing.
Yeah, I think
and that's what Matt said. I'll take him over Sabitzer and me. This is a good player. I didn't see. Do you know what? The whole hype, and I don't think he had a great Euros. I don't think he was great.
No, it wasn't brilliant.
What I saw of him, do we really need a player like that? But you never know. He could burst into life in the Premier League. You know what I mean?
You watch Aouar though, and he just got that creative spark about him. Like, I don't know, like a French footballer sort of does. He looks like he can do a lot of stuff on the ball. He looks like he can. His passing range is very good. I think he'll be a good player, mate. Yeah,
absolutely. Aaron says, "Good show, lads. Thank you very much, pal. Thanks for everyone's tuned in so far, guys. For our comeback show, guys. It's been fantastic so far. Absolutely, and smash the like, guys. Subscribe if you're new in here, guys. Subscribe to the channel." Wayne says, "I'll take Ings, but how much would he cost considering his age?" They're looking at about 25-30 million pound, Wayne, and I don't think we should be paying that sort of much for Danny Ings. He's injury prone as well. Chelsea going to buy big. They're going for it exactly. I can't see Chelsea stopping here. They knew when they backed the manager last season, Tuchel. Tuchel probably knows what he wants, and if it's a Chiesa, mate, Chiesa will be a Chelsea player by the end of the transfer window. Trust me. Because Chelsea, whenever they want a player, they get. It's very rare they don't get. I mean, that's the difference between Tottenham and Chelsea. They got an owner who backs their managers fully to the heights. You know what I mean? Whatever they want, and they got the sporting director in Buckley. He deals with that situation. Roman keeps out of it. They just go to Roman for the money. Roman, we want this. He's gonna win you leagues. He's gonna win you trophies. Right, let's buy him. This is why Tottenham are so far behind. We don't act as a club like this. We got Barcelona showing interest. No, we've seen that one, Matt. Isn't it? Seen that one. Chelsea buying facts and stats. Sorry. I think we could benefit getting a striker with a lot of pace to help get us up the field quicker. Plus, play off Kane, hold up play and through balls. Yes, I do agree with that. Facts and stats. That we need to start pushing up the field a bit more quicker. We didn't do that last season, did we? We looked very sluggish getting up the field. So slow because Kane was dropping deep all the time. Kane's not the fastest strikers, and I can see where he's coming from there. Derek says play Dane Scarlett up front with Kane. I can see Dane Scarlett. I think he'll be. I think he will be in the first team more this season. I don't think he's the answer.
Conference League you're playing, I reckon.
And sort of games. But yeah, Derek, I can see where you're coming from, mate. Derek said, good shout, yeah. And Aaron saying naming rights deal is 450 million spread over 20 years. Look at that. That's what I'm saying.
I heard it was 500. I thought it was
It's
500.
massive. I don't know who. It sounds like it's someone like Amazon. The way someone was talking about. I don't know who it was. I've got who was talking about. I was reading an article, and it sounds like it's going to be someone like Amazon.
Haven't we got
You know,
haven't we got a training kit sponsor coming in as well? I read about that.
but yes, we have.
So,
We've got training.
that's extra money. You know, Man United do it, Chelsea do it, so they all get their extra money. So, yeah, fair play.
Absolutely. So yeah. So Hosamawa, I'll take him. I really will take him. I think.
Honestly, mate, he excites me. I'm going to get excited if he comes to Spurs, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I think he's a fantastic player. But firstly, the first thing we need to do, guys, is get rid of the deadwood. Let's get rid of let's throw some names in there, Matt. Let's throw some names: Dyer, Sissoko, Aurier, Toby
Winks.
as well. Unfortunately, Winks. Sanchez, Lamella. I mean, that's seven. That's seven there. Matt, is there anything else? Maybe you can throw Lucas in that hat if you are going to bring in some.
He works hard though, Lucas, doesn't he? You know,
Lucas worked hard for me, and Bergwijn will get another chance. He's too young to be flogged off. I think we have got quality in Bergwijn. He just needs to.
I think Nuno could get well out of Bergwijn because he's done it with Traore. You know, he wasn't a good player to start with, was he? And then he improved him. So I think could be.
I think I'll give him another chance. I think Nuno. I think he'll be given another chance on the Nuno. Ben Davies as a versatile player. I know he gets a lot of stick, and I do give him stick as well. But he can be consistent sometimes, Matt. That's the thing with him, because he can slip into a left-sided centre-back role.
You just can't play him all the time. Like he can't play like 20
games. He's not a number one choice. Not a chance. So that's like 8, 9 players we just named on top of our heads there, Matt. That we know that it's not going to
get rid of 8, are we?
If we did, that'd be amazing. With the money flying in, and let's see if we can bring in the players quick enough. Because we need players in now to start gelling this now, Matt. We need to start coming in quick, gel as a team, and we need to start hitting it from the word go. We can't, because some Tottenham teams start the season, Matt, very slow in it. It's hard to get going in it in the first 5 or 6 games, and I think we need to start quick. I'm saying that if we want to have at least a chance to get into the top 4, because obviously the money's going to be split around. Chelsea are definitely going to spend. Liverpool will definitely throw some money. City will strengthen again. Looks like Grealish. Apparently, I was speaking to a City fan, not Dyer, if it was another one, and he was saying that City are close to doing a Grealish deal. Apparently, it's very close. I mean, if they get Grealish, what a great sign that'll be for City. Jesus. United, they look like they're getting Varane. If they get Varane, what an absolute sign that is. Sancho, that'd be a good signing for him. You know what I mean? I'm not really keen on Sancho.
I mean, Sancho would be a good player.
I think he will come good. I think he suits Man United's style of play as well when they hit down the wings and flanks and all that.
I wouldn't mind it. I reckon he would have been good at someone like us if we were in the Champions League, a winger that we sort of need who can, chip in with 12 to 15 goals. He does it for Dortmund, so.
And we'll round the transfer roundup, Matt, off the goalie situation, because Wayne did mention Sam Johnson at the top of the show. And we did say we will speak about the goalie situation. Now, to me, I think Hugo Lloris was terrible in the Euros. I don't think he was fantastic. I don't think it was only him. I don't think the actual France squad were on it. I don't think they were prepared for the Euros. And to me, I think we could do with getting another replacement, another goalie in. If we're looks like Joe Hart's staying. Looks like Joe Hart's going nowhere. And to me, Gazaniga needs to go back out on loan if he's already go out on loan. I don't know what the situation with him at the minute. Wayne's another good one, but Wayne, I'll bring that one up in a minute as well, mate. And with Hugo, Matt, where do you stand with Hugo? I still say we should cash in. And let's go out and go. If we can go out and go get a real decent goalie like a Kasper Schmeichel, because I still say he's fantastic to me. But where would you go, Matt? What's your stance on Hugo Lloris?
I mean, to be fair, last season he probably was quite good for us, to be honest. Best shot stopper in the league. Without him, we probably would have conceded a lot more goals. Some of his saves are, good. I'd maybe look at it one more season and maybe scout a proper goalkeeper, or maybe bring in a Sam Johnston ready for next season. Not this season, but the next season. Get rid of Lloris next year. Let him learn off him, or let him, learn a bit more off him. Let him go to whether it's a PSG. Well, he won't go PSG now, because they've got Donnarumma. But I
Roma.
think
The Jose.
yeah, it could go Roma. Yeah. I think just let him maybe stay for one more season. I don't think he's a massive issue. I just wouldn't have him as captain. I don't think. I'd probably keep him. Maybe bring in someone like a Sam Johnston and say, look, next season you're going to hopefully be our number one. You're going to come in, you're going to get your 20 games or whatever you want. You're going to play in the cups. You're going to play in the Conference League. And then Lloris has got his sort of future sorted. But they're going to sit down with him and talk to him, I've heard, when he comes back from his holiday, with a few other players like Kane and players like that. So, I
he's
think
back next week on 26.
Yeah,
Or he's back. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I think your goalkeeper's only as good as your defence. He has to have a good defence behind him. And let's be honest, we could have Kasper Schmeichel in goal with that defence, and he'd probably still make mistakes. It's too much pressure on a goalkeeper all the time. With our defence, you're not going to get many clean sheets. You got to be a good. I mean, he was a good goalie last year for us. Like I said, he had a high shot percentage. We started well, and then it completely faded off. But he didn't. To be fair, he didn't make many mistakes last season. I'd keep him, and I think improve the defence in front of him.
Yeah. To me, I'll go with Kasper Schmeichel. I think he's fantastic. Forget the age. Forget the age, because I'm not bothered about age at the minute. I just want Tottenham to start doing well again, start winning trophies and things like that, and then let's look to the future after that. Kasper Schmeichel, mate, to me, fantastic. What a fantastic Euros he had, and he showed against us what a great goalie. Because that could have been 4 or 5. I mean, if it was for Kasper,
I'd have liked Donnarumma, but
Donnarumma's fantastic as well.
What a goalkeeper he is, mate.
And I don't know. It's just there's not a lot out there, is it? Maybe the Fulham goalie who was on loan from PSG. Looks like he may be going to West Ham on loan again.
I didn't know that.
Avalor, he's gone back to PSG, but looks like West Ham's are still in a march over Fulham. So that'd be a good signing for West Ham if they can get that one over them. So to me, there's not much out there. I mean, Sam Johnston's quite a good pick. I mean,
but 10 million, that's kind of a really good.
Yeah, but Kasper Schmeichel won't come anyway. Oh, he's got Champions League football. Looks like it sounds happy.
And he loves the owners. He loves the owners.
Definitely sniffing around Kasper.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And we got Ryan. Is that right? The shirt sponsor deal with ALA lasts until 2027.
Didn't know that. I don't know.
I'm not too sure. I can't really answer that, Brian. Sorry, mate. It looks like it is for the sponsor for next year anyway. Rooney was only 17 when he come through. He's good enough. Their age is. I think that sort of era's gone when these youngsters come through. And I think maybe wrong, Derek. I mean, I'm not saying that it's valid opinions. I do respect your opinion, mate. And it could be irreverent. But me personally, I think that era's gone where a youngster can come through at swing and pop into the thing. And like Joe and Reggie Owens popped on and things like that, Matt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Things like that don't happen no more, does it, mate? Looks like someone people just buying ready-made players. And I think for Tottenham at the minute, we need ready-made players, experienced players who've been around the block to nurture these youngsters. What we got, like the Scarlets, like the Skips of that, to learn off. I mean, that's the way forward we need to start going in. We can't rely on our youngsters all the time. But yeah, I can see where he's coming from with Wayne Rooney. He did burst on the scene at 17. He done really well. He had a good career. I mean, he went on to win major trophies at United and done really well for himself. But I think that sort of era's gone. That sort of generation. Wayne says we need a backup keeper for Hugo. If he could take over when he leaves, I'll take Johnson. Yes, Wayne. Should be interested to see if Ali turns up this season. We'll have a little speak of that before we go off air. Personally, I'll offer Ali in the deal for Skriniar. It looks like Ali doesn't want to go nowhere. What I'm hearing, Ali doesn't want to go nowhere. And Christopher says Spurs are reportedly in negotiation with, is it Guiloni?
He's the Atalanta goalkeeper, I think.
Well, another one I don't know too much about. So Matt probably knows a bit much into this goalie than me. So I can't actually give you an answer on that one. But if it's an Atalanta, they're very good. I mean, they're up and coming team. Serie A. They scout well. They've good scouting network there. Got good players coming through. Yeah, he could turn out to be a real good buyer for Tottenham. And let's wait and see. And he said the contract of Hart and Lloris is up in 2022 next year. So yeah, that could be very interesting, Christopher. Fatness that said, we'll leave everything until it's too late. We could do with understudy to Hugo this season, and last season we will have ready-made keeper, but instead we've got I can see it. I think Hart was banging for the experience anyway. He's banging for the experience heads, the motivation in the change rooms and things like that. That's what Hart was banging for. If that's the stats. But thanks for your comment there, pal. Derek says Schmeichel is the out to get break the bank for. Yeah. Will you take him, Matt? Schmeichel, if we can break the bank, is the one who we have to break the bank.
Depends how much he is. I mean, he's quite old. I think he's in his 30s, isn't he? So yeah,
you've got a couple of years left. You've got a couple of years.
Yeah, no, he's a good goalie. Of course, I'd have him, but I just think there's other. We need a lot. I think there's other positions we need other than a goalkeeper.
Yeah, absolutely. You can say bye, guys. Great hearing you again. Thank you very much for joining, Daniel. We're saying Schmeichel is a great keeper with leadership skills. Absolutely, and it's what we need in a team. Wayne, you're absolutely spot on there. It's what me and Matt's been talking about tonight. We need leadership in there. Forget about these fancy signs, about the Condis and things like that. And yes, there may be good players, but at this present moment, Tottenham, we don't need, I don't think, that at the minute. We just need a bit more experienced heads, a bit more winners in there. You know what I mean? Who's going to come in and fit in straight away, not players who's going to take half a season or maybe a season to fit in. We can't be doing with that. And we've got Talk THFC thoughts on Varane rumoured to us.
He's never coming to us.
We're just speaking about Varane. He's gone to United, mate. That's a done deal virtually. I mean, maybe in the next week or so we'll hear that as a done deal. I heard that earlier. THFC talk.
Yes,
I heard that earlier of that secret rumor guy on Twitter. I just think it's a no nonsense. That's a nonsense. Very nonsense. But yeah, it's worth dreaming about. Check to see what rumours I'll snap him up. So on Twitter earlier, no clue if it's true now.
Definitely not true.
Definitely not. Christopher says it's on Spurs web news as well. I can't see it, guys. Seriously. Varane definitely will not go to Tottenham.
No.
United, Champions League, money.
We don't have his wages. We can't afford that.
Can't afford it. Derek says Isco. No, that's blown. I'd rather have Awa, something like that.
Yeah, I'd rather have
Isco to me. I don't think he's been impressive.
I think he'd be a bit of a bad egg. He hasn't
gone to the next level. That's what I meant, Matt. He hasn't gone to that next level, has he?
I think he's got an ego as well. When you're a Real Madrid player, you bring that ego with you, and I don't think the club need that right now.
Yeah. Chris says we can dream. Yes, we can dream. Now, Matt, let's round the transfer round up. We did say we're going to end up on the goalie. Let's end it up on Dele Alli. Where do we stand with Dele Alli, Matt? Where at the minute does his club stand with Dele Alli? Where would you think Dele Alli is going to? He's gone away. He's trained very hard. It looks like he's in very good shape. I think he knows, mate, this is probably the last chance for him at Tottenham. He does love Tottenham, without a shadow of a doubt. He loves Tottenham. And I think he knows in his head this is the last chance he's going to get at Tottenham. This is the last chance under another manager. Is this someone like Nuno who's going to get Ali playing again? Is he going to play faith in him? Is he going to give him a chance?
I mean, if he works hard, and from what I've seen him doing all of the stuff behind the scenes, he's working hard. He's done his pre-season early. He went to a training camp in Dubai with Carl Walker-Peters. Looks in unbelievable shape. I don't think we can question that. He looks fitter. He looks hungrier. I think he probably would have watched that Euros this year and think I should be in that England team. Because for me, he probably thinks he's probably a better. On his day, he's a better player than Mason Mount on his day. He scored more goals than Jack Grealish has for England or even Villa. On his day, mate, he is unplayable. And if we get the right Dele back, it's like a new signing. That's the one thing I'm excited about. If I can take one thing from the season, is hopefully a revitalised Dele. Nuno's the type that's probably going to put his arm around him and go, come on then, I'm going to give you a really good run in the team. Not one game, he's going to, really give him a push. And we just got to hope he stays fit and doesn't get any silly injuries or little niggles. Which is why I think he's been doing extra work behind the scenes.
Yeah, I said, Matt, you've knocked on the head there. He's worked so hard. It looks like he's in good shape. But when you said about that, when Dele's probably looked at you and said, I should be in that team. Maybe not I should be in that team because he ain't performed for the last couple of years.
He should have been in there. He should be in the squad.
But maybe he's looking at his head and say, listen, with my quality, with what I can do, when I'm on my form, when I'm on my day,
something a bit different, doesn't he? Yeah.
I could get into that England squad again. And maybe that's going to spur him on. Maybe if he can wait on, I've got the World Cup next year.
Yeah, exactly.
I need to work hard. I need to work hard. I need to get down to it. I need to prove to the fans. I think the first thing he needs to get back onto the fan side. I know the half of the fan base are not with Dele. They're torn. They've gone with him. They want him out.
I see a player in there.
The other side of the fan base saying, no. Let's calm it with Dele at the minute. We know what a player he is. He's a quality player on his day. And we need to stop saying about this on this day because it's getting boring now, isn't it? On his day. We need to start seeing it. And I think Nuno needs to get into his head now. And I think he needs to work for himself. I think he needs to do it for himself as well.
Yeah, I think he knows. I think he knows what he needs to do. He obviously had his interview the other day and they asked him, have you got a target for next season? He went, I have a target for goals and assists next season in my head. And I'll be disappointed if I don't get it. So he's obviously been thinking about long and hard since Mourinho was there last couple of months. And he said it's his fault. He said he didn't blame Mourinho. He said it's his fault he wasn't in the squad and he obviously wasn't pulling his weight and he needed to kick up the arse. And he's obviously maybe just realised that now and he's working hard behind the scenes and, hopefully he gets his chance and he grabs it with both hands and he just, goes again because I'd love him to prove not only us fans wrong, but all the pundits who've called him out. Yeah,
absolutely, yeah. He's had so much stick over the last couple of years, mate, and you know what, he's deserved to stick because he has been terrible, mate. He hasn't done it for himself. He's concentrated on playing PlayStation or Xbox, what he plays, most social media. He's been going out late nights, concentrating on girls, with that. He hasn't been concentrating on football where he gets paid a lot of money for. You know what I mean? So I think he needs to get back to that side. I think he needs to get back to the playing side. I think. And if we do get Dele Alli back on that playing side, I think we've got a player back. Seriously, he's a sensational player.
Well, he's going to get you 10 goals this season as well, isn't he? Or more.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? I want us to stop saying on his day, and I want us to start saying we've got Dele back. You know what I mean? Because that's what I want to see. I want to see him not just do it for one game. let's do it consistency for one season again. Let's see him back again. It'd be great to see Ali back, and Derek says play Dele up front with Kane. We've tried that before, and he can play in that little role behind Kane, or
They're quite
I mean,
similar, though, aren't
he's very good at arriving late in the box.
they?
I
Yeah.
mean, with Dele, and he gets in the right place at the right time. I mean, and he is deadly when he's deadly on it. Das Cloud 92, thanks for coming in, pal. He says, yeah, he's only 25 and would be ashamed to see his career just frizzle out. Absolutely, it'll be a shame. It really will be a shame. Like to go not disrespect to no team, like if he had to go down like to someone like a Wolves or a Villa or an Everton. I mean, it's a shame, isn't it? I love to see him. He can do it still at Tottenham. Talk THFC says, true. It would be a shame. It'd be a massive shame for not seeing Dele Alli in a Tottenham shirt again. Just hope Nuno gives him a chance. I think Nuno will give him a chance, Matt.
Yes,
I really do. So yes, guys. So we've covered some players, ins and outs. We've discussed Nuno. We'll talk more on Nuno tonight. We've talked where we've been. We've told you about that, guys. So if you are arriving late into stream, just watch the stream back after when we've uploaded it, and just thank you for everyone's showing trust in us again, because we've had some good crowd in here again tonight.
Yeah.
Some familiar faces, some new ones I've seen here. I mean, it's good. Just keep following the channel, guys. Remember, smash the like, guys. Subscribe to the channel. And me and Matt will try and bring at least one a week so far. I mean, just to keep it going again. And maybe if there's a couple of updates, I'll quickly just do a pre-recorded video if we've signed someone or close it or things like that. If I've got time, I'll do it. I mean, but on the streaming side, live streaming with me and Matt, we're looking at doing one a week at the moment. So we can go ahead. And Matt, just to round it off, just around what we've been talking about and things like that.
Yeah.
Nuno for you. After all what's gone on, was he the best of the bad bunch in the end?
Yes, for me, I think he was probably the best of the bad bunch, to be honest. I think we could have got a hell of a lot worse. Someone who knows the league, seems a very nice guy. I think he's going to bring the team together. I think players are smiling again, players are happy. And I think he'll bring a new energy. And I think he'll get us fitter again. And because I think under Mourinho, the stuff's coming out now that the players just concentrate on tactics rather than fitness. And I think you could see it against the likes of, teams like Leeds and when we played Brighton, they played us off the park because they're high energy, their pressing ability, and all the good teams in the Premier League have that pressing ability and they're fit. So hopefully this pre-season we can get back there and really kick on because we're better than most of those teams. Yeah, absolutely. And Dar says we can get the score predictions for next season. That was fun. Yeah, we get that going again. Talk THFC, sorry, great show. Thank you very much, pal. Absolutely. Richard Evans, he's going straight at it. He's going straight for Levy's throat. Enoch out, the club is a shambles. Matt, quickly, what do you think of that comment there? Is the club in the shambles at the minute? Or do you say to yourself, wait on, we haven't got our number one choice. We've got Nuno experience down there. He knows the Premier League, done well at Wolves. Should we just say, right, hold our breaths again? We've got Paratici there. Hopefully, Daniel Levy stays away from the transfers. Do we just hang on hope there that obviously we could see a bit of a different direction going forward to next season in transfer business wise? Or do you see it as same old story? Daniel Levy will just stick his nose in and it will just be the same old story? Because going back to the press conference, what he done today, it just saying what to me just sounds like every new manager what comes in. I mean, just sounds like that he knows that he ain't got a lot of money to spend, so he's got to talk about that we've got great quality. It's hard to improve the squad.
it's a load of bullshit in it. We know we've like done the 9 or 10 players who we can get out of the club now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Go on, bye, and we can start bringing a load more players in. So we haven't got that much quality in this team, Matt. I mean, so what he's talking about, mate, I think it's just a cover up for Daniel Levy, because he knows we won't have that much money. And so, what do you think about it, Matt? What do you overall?
Obviously, I'm in account as well as most of us are. I think it's not a shambles at the moment, but it could be if we get the transfer window wrong. If we don't get targets in, don't get targets out. I think if we can get this right, I think we could be back in business. I'm not saying win the league or anything like that, but I'm saying we could be back into the Champions League at least. I think if we can get it right, and I think he's trying a new how he runs things. Let's see how long it lasts. I think let's give him time. Let's give Paratici his, let him do his business. Yeah, I think it's just a waiting game, to be honest. I think we just got to get behind the team and get behind the manager. I think we've all spoke so much about ENIC out and stuff like that. I think let's comment on that when the transfer window shut, which is September the 2nd. Let's see who we've got in our squad, see who we've got out. Yeah, and then let's just go through the season. I just want to have a bit more of a positive season, to be honest. I think we all need it, really. The last 2 or 3 seasons haven't been fantastic, have they, really? So yeah, I think we just need a bit of a boost and just our football team back, a bit of identity and a bit of passion for me.
Yeah, absolutely. And what Tanganga was saying, it sounds like he's going to set up to attack, which is great. If we can get that attacking football back in with us and with Paratici and working with Nuno, with Steve Hitchen. Steve Hitchen's not a great guy. That name just gets me angry. But
at least he's not. At least he's not like it's not just him on his own now. He's got other people around him. And
with Daniel Levy, it sounds like he is paying. He's in the background. So if it is that, if they're working that way, that philosophy between the three of them, and Daniel Levy's to the side, I mean, I'll say right. Let's just give it a season. Let's just see how we go. Let's just see it to the end of the transfer window then. Right, and we'll know from the end of the transfer window, if this club's going forward or not. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Is Nuno been backed enough? I mean, so we can give it all talk at the minute. Let's just see at the end of the transfer window.
Yeah,
they have literally backed. And Richard says not even looking forward to next month, but agreed the football will be better with Ned's and then Jose. We will finish between 6th and 8th. Richard, thank you for your comments, Pete. Thank you for coming in. Talk to the HFC. I agree, ENIC out, but let's be honest, Levy ain't going. We need to hope Fabio Petici has full transfer decision. I think he has. I really do think he has. Daniel Levy knows he's on tight, thin ice with the fans. He knows the fans are on his back. He knows the fans want ENIC out for this club. He can't. I think he knows he can't afford to no more fuck ups. That's why he's bringing Paratici. I think he's listened to the supporters, to the fans, that we need a sport director, him to come away from the transfer dealings. That's why he knows himself. He needs for himself. He needs to get this right, and I don't think he will try not to let us fans as a club as well down again. But we'll see. We'll see, Matt. We only can see. And Richard says, reports tonight, we are close to Rafael Varane. We'll be happy with that.
Honestly, mate, if this happens, I haven't read anything tonight, so I don't want to get excited. I'll speak to you privately, Simon. That's all I'm not excited with Conte. I'm not falling for this again.
I'm not falling for the Varane talk, guys. It doesn't matter if Alistair Gold is or Fabrizio Romano or Spurs Web are reporting it. I am not getting on this one. He is not coming to Tottenham. If he does, unbelievable. Seriously, I'll eat my words, but I can probably guarantee 100% this deal will not happen he'll be going to Manchester United. But funny things have happened. And
Yeah,
if it does, want to
it's
sign him,
football,
want to
isn't it?
sign him. But I can't see it. The amount of money's on the wages, mate, it'd be massive.
Unless he takes a pay
but,
cut. But then we paid Bale, didn't we? So you never know.
oh, let's finish these comments, and I want to get onto the Bale situation before we go. Matt, if you've got a couple more minutes. Richard said, I wore the shirt in Catalonia, Spain in 1994. The bar I'm used to drinking was ran by Arsenal fans and wore that shirt regularly. Drove them mad. Love it, Richard. Love it. Absolutely. Dareth, the Kings are back. Yes, Dareth. Yes. Let's get on to Gareth Bale quickly, Matt.
Okay.
I've totally forgot. I wanted to bring the Bale situation up in the transfer roundup. We're still in the transfer. We're ending it. Let's end it on Gareth Bale quickly, mate, before we end the show. Gareth Bale. Now, to me, mate, he done wonders. Like, I don't care what anyone said.
Yeah, no,
His stats speak for himself, right?
Yeah, 100%.
He done wonders last season. Back in the last season, he was fantastic. I'll tell you now, mate, with a full crowd, I think that guy can still do things at this football club.
Yeah.
50 million quid, apparently. It'll buy him out his last year of Real Madrid. That is an absolute steal. Who are you going to get for 50 million quid of Bale's quality? Okay, he's 31, right? Okay, he's not the youngest. But for 50 million quid, Matt, would you take a punt on Gareth Bale?
You know my feelings with Gareth Bale, but I don't know if he wants it. I don't know. You know, that's the difference. Does he maybe want to have a crack at one last year at Real Madrid with Ancelotti there now? We don't know. That's the problem. And if he's so cheap, why no other clubs going in for him? It's just a bit of a weird one. I'd love to have him back with a full crowd, but
to me, it's a no-brainer. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what every Spurs fan's got their own opinion. I totally respect it, and that's their own opinion to me. But to me, Gareth Bale, hands down, is a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. If it is true, next season it's going to be full capacity again. And what he done last season without fans there, you know what I mean? Or with, I mean, he done amazing. I don't care what anyone says. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll have a row with any fan. I mean, if you don't want Gareth Bale at this club, you know what I mean? I'm not saying starting every week, but look what he done, Matt, when he did come off the bench and things like that.
Yeah. Well, if only we started him more, mate. If we started him more, I think we would have got into the top 4.
Yeah. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. So, to me, is he a no-brainer? Even the guys in the chat, still in the chat, guys, even if you're not a Spurs fan as well, what do you think, Gareth Bale? Is he worth a punt again? Is he a no-brainer, Matt?
Yeah, I'd take a punt. I think if we want to, if Real Madrid would probably do the same deal where we don't pay all his wages and there's a compromise, then and if he wants to come,
absolutely, mate, absolutely, that'd be fantastic. So Dareth say, did you guys and Darth Sky 92 say, did you guys have replacement picks if Kane goes to City? To me, quickly, it'll be flipping out. It's hard. It really is hard. I like Belotti. I do like Belotti from Torino. I think he's fantastic. Lukaku, some sort of type like that. But yeah, them sort of signs will be hard for us now. You know what I mean? I said losing Kane will be really hard. But I mean, Sterling will be a good shout. I like Sterling. But is he an out and out like Kane? Maybe not. You know what I mean?
No, but remember you could play. You might have to do like what Liverpool do when they have a front 3 rather than just one striker.
One striker, absolutely.
On my list, it would be Lukaku for me, but that probably wouldn't happen. So,
Darth Cloud 92 says, "Oh yeah, 31, but Bale was still looking great for Spurs with low play time and Wales." Yeah, exactly. I still say he can do the job. I would take him back, absolutely, Christopher. So Matt, I said thanks for everyone who's come back to our comeback show tonight. It's been weird doing it again, but it looks like we've never been away, Matt. It looks like we've never been away.
Yeah, we're back, baby. Back again.
And Spurs can't pay Bale's. Derek, I don't think Bale, if he comes to Tottenham, would definitely can get that down to at least 250. I really do, or 200. Seriously, Bale would love it in front of a full stadium. But what he said at the end of the season that he did not want to discuss because he's already made his mind up. It'll make a hassle. It'll be a hassle between the two clubs. I think he'd retire from football and maybe just concentrate on Wales.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean,
well, he's got one last crack, and he's got the World Cup, and then
so that could be the one. And so, but Bale definitely. I'll have Bale back. So yes, guys, thanks for everyone who's tuned in tonight. Thanks for so any new ones in the chat, guys. You haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to Premier Hotspur TV, guys. We are going to try and bring at least one stream a week. So we don't want to be doing one every day again. We just can't do it. We really can't do it. And plus, me and Matt was talking about it. I mean, if you do one every day, it does take the excitement out of it. You know what I mean? If you do them every day, you know what I mean? What are you going to talk about every day? You know what I mean? Start talking about the same rugby and shit. I mean, so doing it once a week maybe will be good. I mean, so we've got lots of things to talk about. You know what I mean? So we can go on 2 hours now. So, I mean, we'll sign out on 2 hours. I mean, so we spoke good on Nuno transfer, good in depth on each topic we've done. So one show a week will be great. And Derek said, great show, lads. Thanks. Yeah, nice one, Derek. Thanks for coming in, pal. Absolutely. Thanks for following us again. I said we did lose a couple of subs. I just hope we can get them subs back, guys. So if you did unsubscribe, guys, get back to subscribing to us again. And thanks for following us, guys. Smash the like, guys. Leave your comments. Even though when the stream ends, guys, you still can leave your comments in there. Leave your comments as well. And thanks to Matt for coming on again, as co-host again. And it's been great. It's been great to hear back to some of the from all you guys and the old ones. We used to speak to them all the time as well. So it's great to see you guys back on here as well. So guys, we're going to end it there. Fantastic stream. Talked about where we've been. I mean, from where we've been to Nuno, to transfer roundup, and even Gareth Bale as well at the end there. I mean, and even Varane. People getting excited about this Varane. But right, it can only dream, guys.
It never ends.
Yeah. So we are going to sign out there, guys. I'm going to end up this one. Okay, guys. So good night. God bless. And me and Matt will be back one day next week. We don't know which day. It depends what days I'm off. And if Matt could do a Friday again, it'd be great. So it depends on, because Matt's on shift work. He doesn't depends on what shifts he's on. So we can work around it. So that'd be great. So guys, thank you very much. Thanks for everyone coming in. Once again, before we go out, guys, just smash the like, guys. Yeah, subscribe if you already haven't, guys. Yeah, continue leaving the comments in it once this video's loaded up. And I said, we'll leave it there with this, guys. So good night, guys. God bless, and we'll see you one day next week, guys. Thank you very much.
See you soon, guys.